Alright, so in today's video, we're about to um, bust some myths, right? So, there is this thing in the wrestling kind of world that, like, fucking rope climbs are this magical fucking um, movement and exercise that is like, oh yeah, it's just um, like this is some wrestling is specific. There's like an aura around it, as if like it's a, as I said, magical exercise. But first, we have to understand that the law of specificity is what's happening in any kind of sports that you do. So that makes for the guys coming at you at the gym and saying, "Yeah, no, bro, you're doing it wrong, man. Like you gotta like get your ass out," you know. That makes them look more stupid even. Because at the end of the day, there's no wrong way to do anything. I mean, the physiology of human beings are fairly very much similar, you know. And as long as you're doing something that you can safely overload it over time, and basically there is an adaptive response by the body for any exercise that you're doing, you're gonna get better at it, and you're gonna get better at it as the rate that you end up doing. You know, there's no way to know that. But one thing that I'm gonna give you as like a way to know that is that there's no such thing as yeah, bro, let me just try basketball. Maybe I'm just too good at it, you know. Maybe let's just try wrestling. Maybe I'm like a fucking phenom in martial arts, you know. Like there's no such thing as that. If you were that guy, you've been already, you know. If I want to dive in deeper into that, well, try it. See if you can do it. Yeah, go wrestle with some really good wrestlers if you haven't wrestled ever, you know. Most likely you're gonna get mauled, and that doesn't make them uh, a fucking wizard, a fucking freak of nature. It doesn't make you a fucking freak of nature. You're both fucking following the laws of physics, okay? The laws of the whatever you guys had physiologically and um, mentally as well, because it's a skill, it's a pattern recognition, doing something over time, again and again, and seeing in actual reality that you can perform those things or not. But let's not beat around the bush here. Let's talk about the rope climb. Well, I'm not the most, you know, prolific physiologist. You know, I don't know all the fucking academic details about um, how everything works, but from my fitness knowledge of what movement works, what muscle, um, well, this movement first of all works the lats slightly, because you just have your elbows coming from higher to lower. So as in here, yep, in this movement that you did right now, you're pushing down, so it works your lats. And lats are, and it doesn't matter if it's lats or anything, like lats are not magically helpful in wrestling. This movement is caused by lats. Your elbows from this side from here is caused by a bunch of things. I mean, I think mostly they're lats, but of course there is you know, you're doing this, so you're kind of using bicep muscles. It's a compound movement. It's not like a very isolated movement. Also, if you want to be clear, there is no isolated movement. You know, it's just to what extent any exercise is isolated. And for example, bodybuilders try to isolate as much as they can, but they're not actually isolating anything. Not like from a perfect, you know, literal sense. They're not isolating a muscle. You know, you're still using your fucking foot to be planted on the ground. You know, there's some default by default things that you have to have in place. So yeah, you're using a bunch of muscles that are useful, but um, I'm just explaining right now what's happening here. Your legs are not doing much. There's not exercise doing for legs anything. There is core stability that you have to have, which is simply just gives you like, just try it. I mean, I'm not really the core is a very complicated muscle. I'm not sure. I don't know the like intricate details of what core muscles like. Why does it feel easier to like lift your and use your lats and everything to go up? But I mean, we can go with this explanation of you're more stable and your weight is not swinging around. Your lower body is not swinging around and it's getting stable, and therefore your force is not being force you're generating with your arms and your back muscles are not wasting here. So there's that. So this is the like a macro explanation of what's happening. And the micro, well, you're holding on to something. It's very much resembles a hand. Not the same thing, but very close. Something that is, first of all, has more friction than somebody's sweaty hands, but uh, and you're with like intervals, you have to basically grip on the bar. Like a pull up is a stable grip. So stable grip in wrestling um, basically has no use. Like you're not never gonna. Wrestling is not so stationary like so much of a like a. It's not sumo wrestling or something. Like freestyle wrestling, you don't hold the guy's hand like for so long. Like let's say 30 seconds, as you would do in like a set of pull-ups. So sorry. So yeah, this interval of loosening up the grip, changing it, and getting it back. Well, this is exactly pretty much, I'd say, very close to what you would do in a wrestling contest. So your strength in short intervals and your grip is gonna go up over time, and you also can overload this, which is good. More stress on the activated muscles, and at the end of the day, you're gonna basically, improve in that area of your wrestling. Some people have like weak grip, like myself. I don't have the strongest grip. In my whole life, I've never trained this. I never worked like a um, physically demanding like grip work kind of job for long enough at least to be able to like actually like the adaptation would happen. And yeah, you see some people have like a very strong grip, and you see in their background genetics have some you know usefulness, but it's clear as day how are they useful. Some motherfuckers have like big hands, they have big ass hands, just literally more surface area, and their hands are like fucking uh, sandpaper. So you have more friction, your hand is literally bigger, there's more fucking muscle on it, and they're also like relatively you know their body weight is not too much, so that grip is gonna fucking look impressive. Some people have like normal, or even some people have like short fingers, and their fingers are like fucking, like really meaty fingers. And as I said, their hands are like sandpaper, whatever they're doing, and like, I mean, that helps. That's literally direct impact. There's no indirect magical genetic factor there. So yeah, you do this, and these things improve. Now, if you're asking how often you should do this, how basically what's the priority of these for example exercise is in your let's say training routine, well, I mean, where should I start? I want to see what kind of. I mean, it's different, of course, for anybody that wants to do this. I assume here that you have limited time. You don't have, you're not living in the gym all the time. So, assuming that, whenever you're doing like I don't do this, for example, when I'm at the wrestling gym, I'm like in there for 3 hours, let's say, and like I'm mostly wrestling or doing whatever the coach says, um, which is mostly wrestling. But I'm not really engaging in these other activities because I'm already lifting and doing like mass gaining phase. So that's just my specific case. I mean, I'm not really special. I just need this and I have to do this. So um, yeah, if you have weak grip and if you like this kind of thing, you want to do this for your grip. There's multiple different things, but this just resembles best how wrestling kind of grip works. You also can do pull-ups. Let go of the pull-up and just hold on to it. Like you can do basically, I'd say probably almost the same exercise by just jumping and getting the pull-up bar, doing 1 rep, and just hopping down and jumping again up until failure, for example. That's literally what this does. Very close. Your hands are not gonna get used in this same sense, but still very close. You can do the same. Basically, get the same outcome from that. And it's safer to go to failure on a pull-up bar than to this. Sometimes you just go, let's say until here, and then you just fail. Coming down is this guy in a fucking pool. Yeah, if you don't have a pool down to you, it's kind of, I mean, you might burn your hand, you might, jump down too bad. Most likely you're gonna be fine. You're gonna have the enough strength to get down. But yeah, as I said, yeah, very good exercise. Nothing magical about it. It's good. It resembles the wrestling kind of needs. And as I said, if you want to know like what kind of some people think like if you hold on to it more, it's gonna be better. Or like if you do it faster, it's gonna be better. Or like there's just gonna be like a debate. Well, what's your sport? Let's say you're wrestling. You're a wrestler, okay, freestyle wrestler. Let's say you're wrestling for 6 minutes, okay, and the maximum amount, if you want to just be safe, the maximum amount of like grip strength you need to be able to maintain is 6 minutes. So, and you're not gonna like hold on to a guy's hand for so long, So basically, your whole workout has to end in like 6 or 10 minutes. Let's say you want to rest in between. In 10 minutes, the whole workout has to end. There's no point more than that. You're not doing that, Like going for like 5 pull-ups every minute and like doing 200 pull-ups, fucking David Goggins mode. Not gonna help you with. Not that it's not gonna help you. It's a different exercise that is literally more inaccurate than doing it. Inaccurate in the sense that what your sport is, So yeah, it's literally inaccurate. You could be more efficient and you could get more out of it. For recovery of it, your hands recover very fast. You're using your hands all day basically. The blood supplies there is good, and that doesn't mean anything. I just saying it's just by practice. Hands usually recover very fast. So the next day you're not gonna be. The first time you do it, yeah, you're gonna be some tightness, but yeah, it's gonna be all right. And yeah, over time, let's say you do this consistently. Let's say 2-3 times a week, like a 10-minute workout. And you can even. It's actually a good idea. I might do it in my own wrestling time now. Just 6 minutes. Do like 3 sets of 3 sets that would like take a minute, let's say. You can do more, but usually the ropes are not that long to be able to do like a minute set. Plus, you might not be strong enough to do that. Um, so yeah, 1 minute. I mean, 1 minute. We're talking like going up and down. Control, go up. Control, come down. Hold on to the shit. Pull yourself up. And yeah, do it 3 times, and yeah, you're pretty good. And how you overload this is by weight. I mean, it's not really too much of a question. Over time, whenever you see like you're doing it fast enough, it's already hard. If you're doing can do this like very smoothly up and down, and like multiple times in like 10 minutes, it's already very good. But yeah, if you wanna do it more, you wanna really overload your grip, and you see your grip is strong enough. Yeah, just what's this called? Just stick something to yourself somewhere, and like I don't know, start from a 5 pound plate. And 5 pound is too low, but yeah, 10 pound plate, and then go from there. Make it harder, and like make it really, you would fail until you get to the end of it and barely getting back. And yeah, that's basically all you can get from this exercise. Myth busted. And yeah, let's watch this to the end and say goodbye. Let me know if you have any recommendations for any wrestling analysis and stuff, anything that you would be interested in. Training questions, anything that you have in mind around the sport of wrestling, all and every aspect. Yep. Thank you very much, and goodbye.